Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Two Girls, One Closet. I'm here with Drea. Hey, Dre.
Hi, how's it going?
We have an amazing guest today, and I'm so excited that he's with us.
Yay!
David Santiago. David is the founder.
Hello.
Hello. David is the
Sorry.
founder. No, you're the founder of Casa Santi Interiors. He also has a line of furniture, wallpaper, and lighting. And if that's not impressive enough, you're the design consultant for the Donna Drake Show on CBS and George the Rescue on NBC. And you're a member of IDS and the VP-elect of the New York chapter for the International Furniture and Design Association.
Take a breath.
Hi. Hi. You are a busy guy.
Yeah, I'm actually now the co-president of IFDA New York chapter.
What
And
is
I'm
that
also
exactly?
the International Furniture Design Association. It's an international company, organization. We're in China, not China, I'm sorry, we're Japan. And we're slowly getting to the UK. We're trying to branch out. But it's a wonderful organization to expand on your network and grow and get continued education units and get seminars to improve your business and guidance. And most important, have a go-to source where you can share with your brothers and sisters in business, in the design industry, architects, photographers, realtors. I mean, it's really a broad spectrum of membership.
That's so
It's
cool.
amazing.
I mean, networking and making connections in our industry is definitely so key. So that sounds really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. This is how we met. We met at a charity event.
We did.
Last
Mystery
year.
by Design. I know. You're the best table.
I'll take that. We had the Wizard of Oz theme.
It was
for
amazing.
A great cause, sending kids to camp for 2 weeks. Talk about giving it back with our design platforms and our businesses. It's a good business to be in.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your line of wallpaper. What made you make your own line of wallpaper? That's amazing.
Well, I love wallpaper. I
too.
was self-proclaimed Prince of Wallpaper. I
know.
acquired the moniker Prince of Wallpaper. But to get to the fact of the matter, I was inspired by my travels. Mm-hmm. And I've been wanting to, take the leap of faith and start a wallpaper collection. But when I was traveling through Venice is where I really got inspired. I saw the iron grids and the doors and all of these different types of ironworks that were just, spinning. And I'm going, I see something there. I see a collection there. My logo is strictly Santi. It has a graphic element that was created from my art director, Ricardo Monge. But I started getting influenced by that and color. Color is, a designer's best friend, at least my best friend. And I wanted to infuse my passion for traveling and color and graphic elements that attract me. So I started a collection appropriately called the Passport Collection with a company here in New York in Syosset, Bijou Wall Coverings. I'm sorry.
That's right.
And they specialize in hospitality, and they took a leap of faith with me and said, we should do this. And I never thought I'd start with the hospitality collection, but travel, color, graphic elements were my influence and our own backyard. So quickly, I named it the Passport Collection, and it was influenced by 5 cities that are dear to me, or 5 areas of my life, which is Old San Juan, a little cultural background for my family, Venice, which I love, the Italian culture and architecture, and then New York City. We have the Flatiron District, the Cloisters, and the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens.
That's amazing.
That's so amazing.
I know. I'm so excited you're here because we were, when we were all chatting, I was saying how a lot of my clients, opt to have the back walls exposed in their closets and either ask for my opinion about picking out wallpaper or have a hard time picking out wallpaper. Some people get intimidated by color too. And I love I love color. I try to steer away from, my walls are white, but one day I'll get you here. But, a lot of clients ask for my opinion when it comes to picking out wallpaper or paint color. And I'm not the expert when it comes to that. Like, I can help you pick out your closet finish and design a closet for them. But I was like, what kind of pointers can you give people? And does size of the space matter? Like I have a lot of clients who are scared to paint the back walls of a reach-in closet dark because they feel like it might make the closet feel small, but then it gives the illusion that there's backing. So what's your opinion on that?
I would say get Santified, get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
My process is I mean, that's the most fun element of Santification is getting uncomfortable with, you know, a space or a concept. And in this case, we're talking about closets. So one of the easiest things you can do is utilize the ceiling as
I saw
a
on your
fourth
website.
wall.
Mhm.
So I love color on ceilings. So you can start with paint. You know, wallpaper is your best friend as far as texture, graphic element. You can splurge on some of these higher end wall coverings and use them in a nominal way and get a lot of wonderful eye candy. Utilize, I would say this, have a conversation with your clients and maybe look at their wardrobe, look at their jewelry and accessories and pull from that an element of surprise. Excuse me, I'm having a little moment. But also, it depends on the style of closet it is. You know, if it's a men's wardrobe or a woman's wardrobe, if it's a walk-in, if it's a really spacious, ample closet, it's really all depends on how far you want to go with it. I always say, have fun with the space. You, besides your bedroom, you start and end your day there. It's the go-to space for us. So a little element of surprise is wonderful. I love using different textures and finishes for eye candy.
I think what you just brought up is so important. And, you know, when I help people organize their bedrooms, one of the things that a lot of clients, when they reach out to me and about a consultation for bedroom organization, is that they feel like this should be kind of like their safe space, but it's actually just adding more and more stress to their daily life because there's clutter and there's stuff everywhere. So that was just really interesting what you said about like waking up and going to sleep in this space and like designing it in a way that, you know, it's something you love, but also can bring a lot of like inner peace to your day.
One of the things I like to do when I'm starting a project or a renovation, and they're like, I want to start the kitchen or the family room or the living room. Everyone's going to be there. And I say, slow down. Let's start in the bedroom because that's going to be your recreational space. That's going to be your go-to space at the end of your day. You need some sanctuary, you need some resolve. And it's a really wonderful place in your home to start with. Have a great bedroom, have a great organized closet. And why not add eye candy? Great, you know, wallpaper, these stimulating things that just give you a little twinkle in your eye or smile and have fun with it.
Yeah, your lighting is amazing. Those chandeliers are gorgeous, and that is like even just like a nice pop of color. If somebody is a little too scared to get a little too crazy with colored walls, like doing a chandelier with the pop color that you have on your website is like a really good way to get a little wild without getting too wild.
I agree with you 100%. You know, I'm fortunate enough to have this wonderful collaboration with American Brass and Crystal and infuse color and whimsical draping and use these different types of shapes with crystal. And a closet, a boudoir, it's a great place to, you know, to venture out of the traditional zone of what you normally would. So yeah, put a great fixture up there, whether it's a beautiful, rich navy lacquer or a fuchsia, black, white, yellow, it's a pop of color. And then wallpaper, hello, can we talk decorgasm? I mean, but that's what it's about. It's having, taking that leap of faith and hiring a professional. First, they hire professionals like yourselves to design the closet. And more so than not, they'll probably lean on you for design questions and elements where you may or may not be comfortable with, where we can partner per se, and I can come in and go, okay, and just take that weight or that design decision making from you and work with you and your client. I think it's a great collaboration.
And I feel like it really can give just such a custom feel to your home. I feel, I guess I see a lot of apartments with organizing, and I think like there was a lot of white and gray going on for a while. And now I'm seeing a lot of color come back, and I know things like go in trends, but it's so nice to be able to like customize your home with colors and custom wallpaper. So actually, question, can you customize wallpaper based on, I guess, like a client's vision, or do you pretty much have like your own designs and you show people those?
That's a great question. Today wallpaper is so accessible, but the customization aspect is really a wonderful avenue to venture into. But just to rewind a little bit, there's so many ready-made, ready-to-order wall coverings out there that I rarely go to a customization. I've maybe had 1 or 2 customized wall coverings throughout my entire year. I have a great resource of companies. And getting back to the gray, I'm a gray kind of guy. I'm wearing gray today.
Yeah, I love gray too.
It's very trendy.
It is, but you can play with it. Here I am.
Yeah.
I mean, look what I'm wearing today with gray. And it's how you utilize gray. And on the gray thing, I've got a couple of wallpaper samples I can show you if you want to start with that, just for a little bit of fun, or we can save that for later. Okay, so a wonderful way to work with gray, I find, are using natural wall coverings, some corks, grass cloths. It's a great, safe way to bring in a little magic. I'm going to grab one here from Bijou Wall Covering. It's one of my go-tos. And let me see if I can get it with the camera. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
And you can see the metallics.
Oh,
and
wow.
This is a beautiful, simple white wallpaper, natural cork, with a metallic background. And it comes in different colors and a little bit of magic.
I love it.
Isn't that fun? And it's a great way to bring in a little surprise, a little magic. Cork is one of my go-to sources. I use it a lot also in dining rooms and on ceilings, on the backs of cabinets, which is another way to do this. So let's talk about a design, a closet design. Your door designs, whether it's a shaker style door, on the inset of that, you could apply wall covering. On open shelving, the backs of glass door cabinets, you can layer the back of it with this little bit of surprise. Use mica wall coverings that are made from a natural material that offer a little bit of magic and a little flecking and shimmer. Faux leathers are wonderful to work with. When you're working with men or women that like leather. That's a whole nother conversation.
When I shared your picture today, and I just want to tell everyone, so we're recording this today via Zoom. So for anyone listening on the podcast, head over to IGTV and you can see on our channel all the different, samples that you've been showing. So, but the first thing I noticed today was the leather. I was like, and I showed it to my husband. I'm like, I really want to wallpaper something with this. I think it's beautiful. It was like a gray faux leather. I just loved it.
Great. Faux leathers are wonderful. And other elements of wall covering, I'm going to show you a couple here, are wood veneers. Ooh. Wood veneers are a great way to invest in a little bit of magic and splurge. And in closets, you don't use a lot of wall covering. Granted, unless it's a walk-in, it's like a 10 by 12, or one of those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful walk-in closets. But most of us don't have that. So it's an opportunity to think outside the box. We printed artwork. My art director is an artist, and we blew up some of his artwork on a mural, and we put it on a ceiling for the holiday house, design show house for one of the powder rooms we did. And we also used it in Rio Hamilton's home in his closet as well. So again, that's where the customization part can come into play. Artwork, utilizing artwork and having it printed in a mural in a fun way. You can even do family pictures. You can do vacation pictures and have them blown up into murals and wallpaper. That's not where I go. I go to my Maya Romanovs, my Tebow, my Bijou wall covering. Those companies, they're just there. They're available.
I was thinking that's so funny. So many people struggle with what to do with all their photos on their phone. And we were talking about like aura frames and another one, which is like a digital frame, but like how cool would a wallpaper be of like, you know, family photos, a collage? That would be really cool.
If you design that, or they give you a template where you can do a mosaic pattern of all your pictures and maybe do them in a black and white theme so they're not all this color, or do them in a sepia finish, could be a really great graphic element.
That's amazing.
And a fun way to see your family.
Yes. And also not have to like have frames everywhere that you're constantly having to dust off and clean, you know?
Sure.
Yeah. Ooh, my wheels are turning.
The wheels are turning. I know. I never really thought about ceilings, and all the pictures in your portfolio on your website, it really changes the space also, like not just the walls, the ceilings look amazing.
Ceilings are a great way to add dimension. The darker you go, the higher the ceiling, you know, appears. Also playing with finishes, going from a strong, you know, ultra flat to a high gloss. It's really cool way to give it some depth. And I love using the word magic, that element of surprise, which is, or unexpected, which is one of my hashtags. I love taking something from its traditional base and doing the unexpected with it, twist, you know, taking it out of the comfort zone. Hey, put fur on your walls. You know, if you've got a cabin that you go to in the winter and it's seasonal, up in the Catskills, you put fur on your walls. Why not?
It didn't occur to me. We posted the clip of you on George to the Rescue on NBC, and it was in a basement and it wasn't high ceilings. And like one of the first things you said was, "We have to do something up here." I was like, I never would have occurred to me. Like,
that's right. We used Oceanside Color of the Year by Sherwin-Williams, and that ceiling was really low. We're talking maybe 7.5 feet high, and it felt really top heavy. And I said, we need to add elevation. And it was a great way to play with color and space. Good call.
Wow. I did some homework.
Hey, girl.
But what's like, is there rules as far as what you know, what you should do, whether it's a really small space opposed to a large space? Like, I feel like a lot of people get scared about doing dark walls on like a reach-in closet where you're just kind of opening up your sliding doors and you're seeing the back wall. Like, it's going to make the closet feel small. I think it looks cool, but what is your take on that?
I don't follow rules. I mean, there are rules. Scale, the basic fundamentals. You know, the basic fundamentals in form and function. That's really what you need for a good cohesive, you know, design concept. But getting to the question about color, I love dark colors in small spaces. I love the richness and the mystery element of it. I think it's sexy and cool. It's got a great vibe. You can go from a black to a graphite gray to a deep purple aubergine, or even a deep cranberry. Those are great moody colors. So it can alter the mood. If it warrants, sometimes there are spaces just outside the closet, like an in-between space between the master and the closet, or wherever the closet is, that you can also utilize as an introduction of the element of surprise, as long as it's cohesive with the full concept. Yeah. But the ceiling is your best friend when introducing a dark color. I would say that's just a safety. And what can go wrong? You throw in a 2 by 2 foot, you know, section and sample it out, and you go for it. And hopefully it's not, you know, 144 square feet of paint that you have to repaint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
But I would say, look at your color palette. At the end of the day, you want the closet to make sense with the rest of this, you know, to complement, to work with all the other rooms throughout the house. I mean, yes, the closet could be your disco. It could be your glam, you know, gloom. It could be, you know, your rock star moment. It could be all of that. But I think it should blend and coordinate with other rooms in the house or other rooms in the space that you're working with.
Awesome. I also sometimes think about the clothes, you know, kind of like, are there any colors that maybe take away from like seeing your clothes to make outfits? Like, I always wonder if that comes into play, but.
That's a good question, because often people say, why do I want to put a wallpaper? I'm not going to be able to, make a decision. I can't do zebra wallpaper with my zebra and cheetah clothes. I'm like, why not? As long as there's a good execution and balance. So let's talk about zebra, for example. Let's say you got, your zebra shoes and your zebra jeans, and you want to introduce animal print. So my immediate thing would be probably like a faux ostrich leather or a mini scale cheetah print that would complement the scale of zebra. You don't want it to compete with. You want it to either be background or coordinate and complement with it. They all play in the jungle, girl. Do you know what I mean? They're all in the jungle. They're all hanging out by, drinking water together. We see that National Geographic moment. So there's no reason why we can't have that moment in your closet.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh,
that's such a great idea.
I mean, we're still in quarantine right now.
Oh gosh, yes.
And my brain just instantly went to that show, Tiger King.
Oh my God.
I just saw that.
Did you watch it?
I think of like
guilty.
Carol's
guilty.
animal print closet.
I binge watched the whole series.
Same.
Yeah, so did I. I'm like, this can't be real life. I'm like, oh, it's
it
real.
Is,
and they're doing another season. They have that much footage. It's still unfolding.
Oh, and talking about leather or zebra or jaguar, check this out. This chair behind me, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on a minute. My cushion's here. Ay, Dios mío. This is my zebra, my leopard chair.
Is that part of your furniture line?
Yes, this was a prototype. It's called my Bailey chair. I can't lift it because I'll literally break my back. But there's always an animal print around me. I mean, one of my signature hats is a cheetah. And a great way to have fun. I mean, it could be done in a tasteful way. It doesn't have to be tacky. I mean, tacky could be fun too, but that's over champagne and wine.
Yes. I mean, I personally think animal print is a neutral. I always feel like it's a neutral,
It's a good neutral, and it just has to be done right. You have to get the right element. I've got a bunch of samples I want to show you, and I'll just have some fun with it also. So I don't want to forget, where's my mother of pearl? I want to, yes, mother of pearl. Mother of pearl is another great way. Look at this, mother of pearl.
Oh, wow.
I feel like I'm on QVC. This you can order for $19.99, only 5 left. No, okay. But, and look, even faux vinyl.
I love that.
That is awesome.
Vinyls are a great way to, add texture. They're inexpensive. Wallpaper doesn't have to be expensive. Maya Romanoff is high-end, beautiful luxury wall coverings. However, you can use it, again, moderately. You don't have to wallpaper the entire space. So you can splurge. It's a good opportunity to splurge.
Wall,
sure.
But, you don't need to do, meaning this living room wall.
I know.
We would love some help with that.
I need to get my siren on the car and get a Santification siren going. Yes. I will be over to fix that. No. But what was I going to say? Fabrics are a great way also to add some luxury and luxe. There are paper-backed fabrics, and you can get any fabric paper-backed. So let's say you find a substrate or a material that you want to put on the walls. You can send it out and have it paper-backed. Another luxury way of doing things are upholstering. You can upholster the walls with fabric. Great for sound reduction. Not that you need it in a closet, but I want to get back to the clothes. The clothes.
Her husband's a musician. They might need it.
Okay. Listen, I'm an opera singer. We need it.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not singing today, but the acoustics are important as well in some spaces. But clothing is really a wonderful way to work with your clients. Look at their sense of style and pull from them. The husbands, the bachelors, the young gentleman you're working with, or the wife, the fiance, the couples, whoever they are, or the kids. If you're doing a kids closet, I love doing kids rooms.
I was going to ask you because I worked at California Closets before starting my business, And I loved when parents wanted just like a simple white closet finish, and then they would put in a hot pink or bright blue or like a navy accent wall with the reach in. And those with the white, I mean, the white was like one of the more inexpensive finishes, so they weren't splurging for their kids' room on like expensive wood, but it still gave it so much character and life.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, like the most often I see a lot of accent walls in closets actually has been kids
Yeah.
rooms.
Well, I did I call her Queen Elizabeth, and she's actually now, I may have mentioned to you when we were corresponding, she's now in the closet business and she does organizing. But Queen Elizabeth's closet it was almost like a spare bedroom or spare space that they had in the master. And it was enough to put in a beautiful chair that spun around, and she could sit there with her girlfriends while they're getting dressed, or her daughters. But we did a hot pink, high gloss. And I said,
Ooh.
there's no reason we shouldn't give it a nice, sexy, chic vibe and have fun. Channel the young spirit and the young girl in her. Who doesn't like pink? I love pink.
Me too.
But she's a grown-up gal. And we did beautiful window treatments. We did Austrian shades. We adultified it. We made it mature. It wasn't, there was nothing a kid like about it. So pink is a great friend for kids and adults. It's a great color.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Our entire Instagram's pink. So we did wallpaper on our Instagram page. The furniture on the Donna Drake show, is that from your line also?
I think we lost
him. David,
come back. Oh, there you
Wait,
are.
there you are. We lost you for a second.
Okay, I think we're back.
We're back.
I see you.
We're back. The furniture on the Donna Drake show, is that from your line also?
Okay, yes. So just a quick little history. I am the design correspondent for Donna Drake, and that came about by me designing her set, collaborating with her and artists like Debbie Viola and contractors. Yes. So she approached me over the winter and said, I'm moving my set. It's 10 years. I'd love for you to work with us and get some furniture. And I started thinking outside the box and looking at talk shows. And I said, where do I want to see Donna? Where is Donna going? And I pitched this frame. So I do these one-of-a-kind pieces. That was an early 19th century Italian frame that I completely stripped down to the frame.
Wow.
We recarved some of it and we reconstructed it for everyday use. I call it hospitality. So it can, first of all, when you're working on a set or television, all of the upholstery, the seating has to be pretty firm. You don't want anyone slouching or falling or sinking into a chair or a sofa.
Yeah.
So we revamped it and we amped it up. I wanted a football player to be able to sit on that, as well as a dainty 4-foot ballerina. And we jazzed it up with a zebra chenille from Tebow. They became our sponsor.
It looks so good.
Thank you. So that started. I started my Strictly Santi furniture line several years ago, doing these one-of-a-kind pieces. So from that moment, a year ago, it took me to the next level where I'm going, creating these one-of-a-kind pieces and putting them into production for a hospitality seating collection that I'm hopefully going to launch next year.
Amazing.
Congratulations. Yeah. That
Thank
sounds
you.
so exciting.
I think so.
Yeah. So I always ask some organizing questions, and you're such an amazing entrepreneur. You have so many things going on in your life, so many projects. Also, you're on 4 charity boards. I mean,
an opera singer.
The
list goes on.
Do you have any tips for people to stay organized, to stay on top of things, or any resources that you found have really helped you in your career that you'd like to share with us?
Sure. I started prioritizing. I found I wear many hats, no pun intended. I thrive on go, and I'm a man of action. That's how I built my business. And I always found that I have an insatiable appetite one, to work and collaborate with people and be around a sense of community, but more importantly, be able to create and work for myself is really what allowed me to manage my schedule. Sometimes I've been overextended. Who wouldn't be with that kind of schedule? So I pick and choose my battles. And being on a board certainly has its responsibilities. Most of all of this is volunteer. But I feel that I'm better. I get better. I'm hungry. And it nurtures my soul and spirit. And I have a creative, insatiable appetite. So for the performing arts and for design. But time management is key. You have to have some type of schedule, starting your day and ending your day, because a lot of these organizations and events I do are at the end of our day. And who has energy? Who has energy when you have kids and you have to feed them and this and that? I don't have kids. I have a parrot I've had for 28 years.
Oh my God, your parrot's 28? Wow.
28 years old. So, I don't have that type of commitment. I mean, I've got my personal life that warrants commitment. So I have a little bit more liberties with my schedule. So that's why I do take on a lot more. But I would say, do what you love, feed your soul. And if you want to grow, then join some of these organizations, because they do feed your intellect, they feed your creativity and your sense of community. That's what I yearn for. So that's what drives me. You can't do as much as I'm doing and not love it, because you would end up, with a bad meal. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And with regard to the opera, it's wonderful to be able to have a creative, artistic career and not be able to hang it up like so many of us do. We start out in theater, or we're in a rock band, or this and this in our early years, and we just can't follow our passions. I've been fortunate enough to ebb and flow throughout the years, and once I stabilized my business, I was able to give that part of my life some love, and it's flourished. Now I have this wonderful life of duality with performing art and in interior design and doing what we're doing today, talking about what we love. I hope that answers your question.
100%.
You're so inspirational.
It's so true.
And I love that event that we met at, the Mystery by Design charity event. Like, that was so amazing. And I really need to get involved.
What is it? I don't know what that is.
Mystery by Design is an organization that it's for kids with cancer. And it sends them to camp for 2 weeks throughout the summer. And, I started it about 3 years ago. I was first one of the castmates of the Mystery by Design. I was one of the, it started out that we had a mystery of, it was a murder mystery type of game, and we were all the actors in it, and it was fun. And it just kind of grew. And this past year, it became a tablescape event with themes, Hollywood movies, and things like that. So it's a fun way to, again, release your creative juices, collaborate with a significant designer, or do it alone, and give back, and also ask your vendors and communities to collaborate with you. We're lucky that we have a giving industry, at least when they can, not during these times right now. But when business is good and we're all thriving, it's a business you can lean on, and you lean on each other, and we support each other. And charity is a great way to expand your business. Look, this is how we met, and here we are doing a podcast.
I know.
And that's what it's about. It's like we plant these little seeds or little pods. You never know when they're going to blossom. And you guys started this wonderful podcast for your love of closet designs. And here we are. And that's what this is about. I say designing it forward. We're potting together.
We're potting.
We are potting. So potting.
We're potting.
And designing it forward. Yeah. Yes. So, thank you for everything. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, or also tell us where people can find you? Via Instagram,
they can find,
website.
Absolutely. I reside on the planet Saturn, but in reality, I'm in the New York metro area. I'm in Bergen County. I'm David Santiago, known as strictly Santi, the Prince of Wallpaper. I started a concept that I wouldn't say it's my original idea, but my original name, called Hospidential, this past fall. And it was the marriage of hospitality and residential. And I was able to kind of infuse and this idea in an arts and craft home for a show house for Design Home and Inspire magazine for the Junior League of High Point. And I was able to utilize my wallpaper, my lighting collection. I have a sample of my wallpaper for those that you don't know me. Ta-da-da.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Show us all your samples.
Show all my samples.
All the samples.
Look at this fun wallpaper, this Mylar. Isn't this beautiful? At least I think so.
That's awesome.
Anyway, this is our metallic series. But you can find me, casasanti.com. You can call me. I'm just a phone call away. I'm in the New York metro area. My wall covering collection is with Bijou Wall Covering, or through me. Lighting, it was the American Brass and Crystal. I am part of the IDS National Chapter. I am part of, that's the International Interior Design Society, National, and IFDA. I am also American Society of American Society of Furniture Designers. Those are the three organizations I'm a member of. And Kids Need More. We did Hope Lodge. I do Bailey House, the Bailey House, and American Cancer Society. I think that's it right now. But yeah, you can find me at casasanti.com.
Yeah, you said you did Holiday House?
Holiday House. I contribute. I was a contributor to the Holiday House with wall coverings, the artwork from Ricardo Monge. So I give back when I can. I don't always participate, but I like to sponsor or contribute and collaborate.
Absolutely.
I have one more question. Actually,
Sure.
two more. One is, are you currently doing any like virtual consultations during this time with people, since we can't go into buildings and people's homes?
That's a great question, because I have done it, but this is a time where we're all going to be doing that. And it's also a great way to expand your business. That if you can really do what we're doing on a virtual platform, you can really expand your business. You can do consulting like we're doing right now on 30-minute intervals, 45-minute or an hour, depending on the task at hand. And you can get all of this information from the potential client, research it, and then you could have this Zoom meeting that we're having and give them materials, educate them and direct them on a project. So yeah, I am thinking outside the box and utilizing this time because it's essential. I am such a hands-on type of designer. I live in my car. My car is my office.
Yes, we're all like that. Yeah,
we're all like that. And suddenly we're at home. We're like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Exactly. Who am I going to do it for? And then the other day I was like, who cares about wallpaper? Who cares about color? But, I got smacked in the face and I was just like, everyone cares about color. Everyone cares about wallpaper. We have to. We have to carry this passion and, continue doing what we do and love it, because it will pass. It'll be a long haul. But virtually speaking, it's going to be our new normal. It's how we're communicating. And this is a wonderful way for us to get started. You guys doing your podcast and me getting on board and talking about it. We don't know who's going to see this podcast and get inspired by this conversation, whether it's wall covering, color, to call you, call me, or just virtually get online and look for work.
That's great.
Well, you're gonna have to add interior designer of the podcast to your list of roles.
I will pod with you anytime. If you guys ever want to do a 3-way consultation, we can instantly do it. I mean, this is what this is about. If you have a client. I was
just going to say that, all we need is the client now on this Zoom call, and we can bang out your wallpaper and color needs, your closet design, your organizing system, and
we can be the amazing triple pod, as we say, the triple threat. We can triple pod our ways to success. So
Absolutely.
I'll say this, I'm here for you. If you ever want to talk about color or wall covering or anyone or anything like that with your clients, just shoot me a text, an email. This is what it's about, designing it forward together.
One
Awesome.
more personal question.
Ask,
Sorry.
ask,
Keep it
ask.
going.
I meant to ask it before when we were when you started talking about the different spaces you can add wallpaper to.
Sure.
Kitchen backsplash?
Absolutely.
Do people?
So, yeah.
Because I
you
would
can
honestly super be interested in that. I hate my backsplash
So you want
situation.
no, I got it. First of all, you want to make sure that when it does fall and meet the countertop, you get a good seal. That's the key. But you want a good vinyl substrate that's washable. And preferably, if you could do a commercial one that's extra wide, 36 to 52 inches or 54, then you've got these large widths and less seams. And you could also take wallpaper and railroad it. That means instead of applying it vertically, horizontally. Right. And if the paper is wider than 21 inches, you're ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. And it's just a matter of finishing on the sides with a little bit of trim. You would do that for tiles, so why wouldn't you do it for wallpaper? Right. And it's a great way also when you're doing, we didn't even touch on this, and I'll share it really quick. It's a really good way to work with rental spaces, to work with peelable wallpaper. The mural in our dining room that we have here is actually peelable. Mm-hmm. And I can peel it down when I decide to move from this amazing apartment. So peelable wallpaper is a great way for instant gratification, and you don't have the sense of I'm committed to it. You could change it, change it up. Sold. Yeah. The application is just a little bit more difficult and a little bit more technical. You got to clean the surfaces like you do when you're applying normal wallpaper.
Got it.
Gotcha.
Cool.
That's a good question.
Thanks so much.
I know.
Yeah, this was so helpful. I want to wallpaper my whole apartment now.
I know, like my ceiling.
I'm your guy. Listen, we can do your ceiling. We need to do color on that ceiling. Now, see around you, you've got artwork, you've got your accent pillow, you have your fur throw. I've been seeing you way beyond. I'm already decorating your space, and that's what I do. You too. That staghorn in the back there. We got to move that and do something really fabulous.
Yeah, awesome. I'm with you.
But that's what we do. We design it forward and decorate away, and I will sanctify your space.
Please.
Thank you. Please do.
Oh my God. Thank you for coming. This was fantastic.
Yeah. I want to do our Instagram question of the week, because I'm curious what we all will answer to this. But a couple of people asked, like, where do we get design inspiration from?
So I look for it in all different places, but let's talk about maybe your client. So I look for it first from the conversation I'm having with them about what they're inquiring about or what they're hiring me for. Then I do a meet and greet, and that's where I really get to know the personality, the aesthetic, what they're wearing, what they're already, how they furnish their home or the space or the office or whatever it is. That's where I draw the inspiration first and foremost from when it comes to designer-client relationship. I love a good wanderlust inspiration from my travels, walking around. I love walking around Hackensack and looking at the historical homes that are here in my own backyard, moldings, doors, windows, color, nature, all of those things I draw from. It just depends on what I'm working on that day or where those elements of surprise plant themselves in my thought process and when they sprout, so to speak. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember I saw that color, at such and such place at such and such time. And I refer to that almost like a sense memory. It's what we do in theater when you have to act and you have to relive this emotion and you have to draw from somewhere in time that maybe you can relate to. So sense memory is a good way. Yeah. But interpersonal. I draw it from the people I meet, from their style, from their clothing. It's wonderful to look at a collage. I'm looking at you and you've got this beautiful ivory blouse and your lipstick and your hair. And I see who you are from that aesthetic, but then from the staghorn and the little mini print pillow on your sofa in the back is where I draw things from. So I'm already just decorating for you. And that's where I draw my inspiration from.
I have to agree with you. Like, even, you know, from organizing, I'm not designing too much stuff, but people will ask me to like help them with their closet design or picking out furniture or background color, you know, and I kind of give my input, but I do think it is like so custom to the person. So even like looking at their clothing for me, you know, like I can kind of sense a little bit of personality from that and seeing what they would like. And also from an organizing perspective, I think a lot of it has to do with just like listening to what their needs are. You know, like some couples fight over clutter. Some people argue over who gets what closet space. Some of it could be, you know, for kids who too much stuff is distracting for them to do homework. You know, so really just like customizing, you know, needs to whatever will give my person a more comfortable life at home.
I think a sense of
life, you know.
Sure. Order is key. I call it organized chaos.
Yeah.
You know, when you take their chaos and you organize it, and, you know, and you're able to design this beautiful closet space and organize your life. And hopefully when you come back in 6 weeks, it's still organized the way you left it, because that's what happens too. They start off really organized and they're back to the chaos.
Right.
But, it's a process.
But it's a routine. It's a process. It's a learning curve. You have to learn how to be organized. Order is key. I mean, I know when my own personal spaces are a little chaotic, I'm going full throttle. I'm going a little too fast. I need to slow down. So, because I need a sense of order when I come home. I'm a ship in full sail.
Same.
I'm like, so.
What about you, Deb?
Definitely I get inspired by what people have. I mean, if I'm in the showroom and a client comes in with like rough measurements and they want to do a plan, it's hard to sense, you know, their style and what their needs are if they just came from a Pilates class and they're head to toe black Lululemon. Like, I don't really know what until I get to their house. And if they have a lot of if they're a bag person, they have a lot of beautiful clutches, then you can bring in some elements of just glass shelving or LED lighting to put them on display, or even like shoe colors, what kind of shoes people have, you know, we can like,
that's great.
Like,
it's so great.
Like purple shoes, red, like bright colored shoes, like bringing in some sort of high gloss finish to put on like the doors or drawer faces, just to give it a little extra oomph.
Yeah.
Door faces, hardware is a great, wonderful way to infuse color and that sense of jewelry or industrial element, you know. But getting back to the workout girl showing up at your showroom, I often get right to the nitty gritty and go, you know, who are you? What do you do for a living? What's your day-to-day activity? And I try to get to that point, and see if I can, you know, get to psychologize the potential client.
Yeah,
so,
I'll do that more. Awesome.
Well, that's a wrap for another episode. Yay! Thank you again for being on our show.
Thank you.
Don't forget, share with your friends, subscribe, like, leave us a review. You know the drill by now, but all of that stuff is very helpful for us. So,
well, I loved potting with both of you.
We love having you. Come on anytime.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Bye.
I'm just a phone call away. Bye.
Bye.